Hello students, today we will study about the law of chemical combination in chemistry. It is our very first lesson in class 11th. Now you are going to study your subjects separately, that is chemistry, physics and biology. As in earlier classes there was only a single book of science, but now you have separate 3 books. So you have to study the chemistry in details and you have to know or understand the basics of the chemistry. In order to understand the basics of the chemistry, first of all you have to know about the laws of conservation and laws of chemical combination, how the chemicals combine with each other. There are some laws regarding that. So without wasting time, let's start our very first law, that is law of conservation of masses. As you all know, this law is not new for you. In lower classes you have studied about one law, that energy can neither be created nor be destroyed, law of conservation of energy. In the same way, there is a law that mass can neither be created nor be destroyed. Or in terms of chemistry, if you understand the law of conservation of masses, that means whenever a reaction occurs, whenever a reaction takes place, then the total sum of the mass of the reactant is equal to the total sum of mass of the product. Or we can say simply that mass of the reactants is equal to mass of the product, or mass of the reactants and products both are equal. There is only change of the wordings and nothing else. So students, if we see that a reaction is taking place, a simple reaction when A combines with B and forming C and D, then the total mass of the A plus B will be equal to C plus D. These are the ancient law given in 17th century, but nowadays you will come to know that these laws are not applicable because there is a formula, that is E is equal to delta mc square, where the mass is escaped in the form of energy also. But the law is significant to up to a large extent, so we have to study about this law. We will see one example in this case. Let's see a reaction, that is C plus O2, and you know it gives CO2. Now if we see the mass of the carbon and mass of the oxygen, then you know that atomic mass of the carbon is 12. We can write here the atomic mass of the carbon is 12 and that of oxygen is 16. So here oxygen, 2 atoms of the oxygen are there, so total mass is 16. And in case of carbon dioxide, this is 12 plus here also 1 is 16 and there are 2 oxygen atoms, that means multiply by 2. It will be 12 plus 32. Okay student. So if we sum up it, then we come to know that it is 2 to 4, 3, 1, 4. It is 44. Total mass of the CO2 forming is 44 gram. Okay, here 16 is atomic mass of one oxygen and we will multiply by it 2, then it will also come to 32. Now if we total the mass of the reactants, then it also come to 44. That means if the 44 gram mass of the reactants combining together, then 44 gram of mass of the product will form. That is nothing new in this law. Let's see one numerical based on this law, how which type of numerical can be asked in this regarding this law. Let's see the numerical. Let's write the question. .5 gram of ethane, that is C2H6, on complete combustion gives on complete combustion gives 4.4 gram of CO2, 4.4 gram of CO2 and 2.7 gram of H2O. Now we have to prove that in this question we have to prove that it is obeying the law of conservation of masses. So first of all, students, we have to write its balanced chemical equation. So in order to write its balanced chemical equation, ethane, that means C2H6, combustion that means combining with oxygen, okay, it is forming CO2 and H2O, and you know when anything is burning, then it will produce also heat. It also produces heat. Now in order to make this equation balance, let's how we can balance this equation. See, here carbon, two, oxygen 7 and 2 to the 4, 4. Now you can see, is this reaction balanced or not? 2 to the 4, 4 carbon, hydrogen, 6 to the 12, right here 6 also, 6 to the 12, 12 hydrogens are there, oxygen 7 to the 14, 4 to the 8, 8 and 6, 14. So this equation is balanced now. Now the mass of this reactant and products is given. We will write the mass of which reactant and which product is given, 1.5 gram. The mass of the ethane is given as to 1.5 gram. Mass of the oxygen is not given. We have to find it out. Mass of the carbon dioxide, that is 4.4 gram, and that of the water 2.7 gram mass of the water is given to us. Now we have to prove that this equation is obeying the law of conservation of mass. So in order to prove this, first of all we have to finally find out the mass of the oxygen, and in order to find the mass of the oxygen, we will use the formula of finding the moles. How to find the moles? Number of moles is equal to mass upon molar mass. For the substance for which we have to find its mole number, we must have its mass and molar mass, then we can find out its number of moles. So here students, if we want to find how many moles of the ethane gas are used here, so we will find number of moles is equal to ethane. Mass of the ethane is given as to 1.5, and molar mass of ethane. Molar mass, the mass of the carbon is 12. Here 2 carbon atoms are given, that means 12. Multiplied by 2, it is 24. And hydrogen 6 hydrogens are given, and mass of the hydrogen is 1. So total it is 30. Okay students. So 1.5 upon 30 is equal to, if we remove the point, that means 15 upon 300 is equal to 15 to the 13, that means 1 upon 20. Here it is 1 upon 20 number of moles are required of ethane, or we can write it 1 upon 30 is equal to 0.05 moles of the ethane is required. Now why we calculated the number of moles? Let's see. In order to find the mass of the oxygen. Now see students, see here, if 0 point here if 2 moles of hydrogen, just a minute. Now see students, if 2 mole of ethane, for 2 mole of ethane 7 mole of the oxygen is required, then for 0.05 for 0.05 moles of ethane, how many moles of oxygen will required? So we can count it. For 0.05 it will be our 7 upon 2 multiply by, either we can write it 0.05, or instead of 0.05 we can write it 1 upon 20 here. It will be easy for you in calculation. 1